The hottest bant of the last shitpost came from Declan Reed and a lobster with an internet connection. If you'd like to see your bant featured in the next shitpost, then leave it in the comments down below.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
What it do, boys? It's the dark side of the internet's favorite shitlord, Oslo. And let us continue exploring the dark side of the internet together, because it's so much fun.
Well, guess what? I take my day off last week, and apparently some person on the internet...
This is in reference to the video J Gamer Lee put out. I covered a little bit of this in the last live stream, but still wanted to go through this rant because it's interesting.
Says, Phil was talking about me on the Minecraft stream, and I'm gonna make this really nasty video about why I hate Phil, and this is how I came to not like Phil, and blah blah blah.
I don't really think the video was that negative, Phil. Mainly the video was just a soy boy talking about how he was into a really cringy thing when he was in his late teens. A pretty common fucking story.
So, of course, everyone on my day off tries to harass me about it online.
He thinks people adding him is harassment. What a fucking pussy.
I ignore all week people have been spamming my stream chat. Alright, about this guy who made this video about me saying, oh, Phil talked shit about me on the Minecraft stream or whatever, and this is the truth, I hate him because of this and this and this or whatever, and you know, and everyone's, oh, Phil got blasted by this former fan, blah blah blah.
Didn't really get blasted, just kind of reconfirmed that DSP is a super jerk.
Okay, here's how I'm going to end the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, that person who made that video is not who I was talking about last week at all.
Yeah, Phil, we want to go with that. Some other guy out there made a video talking about who used to be a fan of yours, and it just slipped by everyone else. You're one of the most well-documented lolcows on the fucking internet, bud. If a former fan made a video about you, people would have seen it and talked about it. But there was only one video that started spreading around the dark side of the internet. And which video was that, boys?
Yeah, I was a fan of DSP, and I was a fan of him for probably, I think, since 2008, 2009, back whenever he did the Into Darkness or whatever DLC with John Rambo for Resident Evil 5. And honestly, I enjoyed the content for a while, and I was a bit of a fanboy. I was a young kid. I was impressionable. We all have been there. We all were either fans of him to begin with, or we were people that just didn't like him, but, you know, liked to see him fail. I was one of the people that genuinely liked him. And the thing that drives me nuts is that I was so blind to how he was acting because I was such a young kid, and I just saw this YouTuber who I was like, hey, I relate to him. He likes wrestling. I like wrestling. He likes this video game. I like this video game. And I basically became a fan. Well, in 2013, and I'm going to probably show this. Here we go. Give me 1 second. I went to the Screw Attack Gaming Convention. I went to Screw Attack Gaming Convention, and you can see me right here, standing like a dork with my Modern Warfare 3 bag, with my baby face, double chinned ass, you know. And I met Phil. Oh, wrong way. I met, you know, the completionist Gerard and Greg. I met John Rambo, who was a really cool dude, who honestly was probably the best part of the trip, was meeting John Rambo, because he actually wanted to talk.
More proof that John Rambo was the best part of Darkside Phil's content.
This is some other guy. Some other fucking guy who apparently has a bug up his ass about me. This is not who I was talking about. Like I said, I remember specifically who this person is. That was not the guy at all.
Okay, then if it wasn't Gamer J Lee, then who the fuck was it, Dark? Can we please have a name, DSP? Because without a name, it's hard to believe you, Phil. Almost like you're putting on a huge deflection act. Like you know you're wrong. But that's just a shitlord's game theory.
So this is some other guy who's come out of the woodwork, who's like, oh, it's me he was talking about, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm watching the video, I'm like, I don't know who this is.
So DSP is claiming that he doesn't know who Gamer J Lee is. And you know how this is gonna fucking go, boys.
Things that I can answer, probably because they follow along me more, and they know more about me, and they know more about what I can answer. The Gamer J Lee thing was a coincidence. Somehow he managed to be the very first caller twice in a row when I said I was accepting callers.
So not only did you guys meet up at a convention, and not only did he mod, also called into your little radio show twice.
I know I did. This isn't who I was talking about. Like, look, I was like, are you kidding me? It was just hilarious. I'm watching, I'm like, what the fuck? So the whole week I just said, I'm just gonna keep it under wraps until we get a Minecraft stream again next week. And then I'm and I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't know what's going on, who that is, but this is someone who took it upon themselves to make what I was talking about last week their own person. Like, they owned it, too. He's owning it. Like, this is his personal story and shit.
I mean, because it's believable. More believable than anything you've said, Dark. And it's a story we've all heard before. Stupid kid is into Phil. Stupid kid grows up, looks back, and goes, gee whiz, I was stupid.
And I'm like, that is totally not the guy who I'm thinking of and who I'm talking about. This is someone else who literally wants to claim this identity. I don't know if...
Whose identity is he taking, Phil? Is he taking DSP fan 42069?
Maybe it's a similar story, but this is not who I was addressing on last week's stream. But do you see the point that I tried to make? If anything, just enforces my point. These people invent a narrative.
Or they just look in front of him and see what this is. A 37-year-old man hurt that someone stopped being a fan of his content.
They literally invent a narrative as a reason to hate me.
Oh, Phil, there's a lot of reasons to fucking hate you. Here's a few.
Sure, where's the waiting room? You have to call me an idiot. I just walked in the door. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Wow. You're quite rude. You're 11. And your parents bought you a gaming PC? What's wrong with this patient? Click on up. Good, now I'm away from that annoying fucking bitch of a kid who I would have slapped in real fucking life if they talked to me like that. I would have fucking pimp slapped that shit out of that. It's time for the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway yet again. We're gonna pick the Week 6 winner for the Puppeteer on PS3, and then we're going to actually pick what's going to be the next giveaway. Mass Effect 3 Collector's Edition, but the game is not in it. So to warn everyone, just to show you for full disclosure, no game. However, you get this really cool steelbook case. This is what people do. This is how nuts these fucking people are. Okay? So for me, like, I literally just laughed to myself all fucking week about this.
Yeah, Phil, is that why you stayed quiet about it and you dodged it for a whole week? You were too busy just chuckling it up?
And I was like, I can't believe how ludicrous this is, this guy saying all this shit. I'm like, this is not who I'm talking about. And again, I wouldn't, even if it was a specific person, I remember their name, I wouldn't call them out. I wouldn't say that on the street.
So you went into so much fucking detail last stream, but you're not gonna say the guy's name because for some fucking reason you're above that. Or maybe it's because DSP's guy doesn't even fucking exist.
This is someone who I haven't talked to in years and fucking years, right?
Not shocking you constantly bring up people from your past to exploit them for internet pennies.
I was talking in generalized terms to make sure that I wasn't actually insulting anyone. I was trying to do it in as low of an inflammatory way as I possibly could.
Phil, if you had to commit verbal chicanery to get your point across, then maybe your point wasn't even worth putting down in the first place.
So the fact that this person took this story and literally turned it into their own story is so insane, over the top, ludicrous insanity.
Just keep saying the same three things, Dave. The scales of believability will definitely tip in your favor.
And that's probably the case in point of people who don't like me. That's probably why they don't like me, because they're that fucking nuts. That's all I can say about them.
No, Dark, people already know why they don't like you. You
know, to get attention. What else is new? Someone trying to get attention on my behalf, right? So then I completely debunked that and said, no, that's actually not the person I was talking about.
That's right. It was DSP's only friend, his imaginary friend, Rambo 2, aka Better Rambo.
Oh, but Phil, you know who that is because you made a video or talked about him in a video years ago. Great, that doesn't prove anything. I didn't say that I don't know who that guy is. I'm saying that's not the guy I was talking about in the Minecraft video. So everyone who's got caught up in that drama, you're a dumb fuck idiot. Congratulations, you've once again proven my point that you're all just a bunch of tinfoil hat wearing morons.
You're not a dumb fuck idiot if you're just trying to keep the story straight, Phil.
Mouth drooling, sheepish, parroting morons who believe everything you're told by people who are bringing this shit up to make money and get popularity on the internet. You are a gullible doofus. Congratulations on biting into the apple and drinking the Kool-Aid. I mean, you're dumb. I don't know what else to say. Alright, moving on.
So according to 14 card side Phil, we're all fucking dumbasses. All because we just don't want to delusionally buy into his bullshit. Before I get into my lame ass moral of the story bit, here's more clips of Phil mentioning gamer Jay Lee.
Alright, in addition to that, on Wednesday, I'll be stopping my gameplay a little bit early. Usually I stop at around, I don't know, 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'll probably be stopping around 6-ish because Gamer J. Lee, who is a avid viewer, a fan of mine, who I actually met at SGC, Screwtack Gaming Convention, if you don't know what that is, last year, wants to do a brief interview with me, like 30 minutes, just wants to ask me some questions. I've agreed to do that on Skype. I'm not sure how he's going to present that, if it's going to be a video on his YouTube channel, but once I get that information for you guys, I'll let you know. But that's going to be me doing that on Wednesday, and then whenever he makes it live, I'll obviously spread the information so that you guys can listen if you want to, okay? So I buy all these, right? And then my, I consider him, my friend, but he's a viewer and a fan. Gamer J. Lee messages me.
Anyways, moral of the story, DSP will always try his hardest to prove himself to be right, even if he has to make up a whole imaginary person to do so, because his ego is so fucking warped that he can't see himself wrong, and that's just really fucking sad.
I need to touch the boy.
All right, give us somebody else, y'all. All right, Dark Side Phil.
Alright, this smooth streamer's about to raid Phil. Let's see what happens.
Like he's doing all right.
Clearly not someone too familiar with the dark side of the internet, but that's okay.
Got it.
There he is.
Yeah, man. Playing classic Doom.
There he is. I guess in honor of Doom Eternal.
Coming out soon.
Oh my god.
Well, it's either that or a testament to show how fucking shitty DSP is at Doom.
Good God! Now I really have no health. Now I really, really have no health. How did he charge me through a ribbon chainsaw exactly? Dude, he's nowhere near me and the rocket killed me. Are you fucking kidding me? Where am I? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? We're both through shooting at me. Come on, man. This is insane. The whole stage, it's just insane. 25 versus 1 matchups. This is terrible. What kind of fucking stage is this? You can't even walk straight. Jesus Christ. What? How did I get 25% health? What the? I don't know how I got 25% health. I'm stuck! I can't move anywhere, the game is glitched. I saved and now I'm stuck. I'm saved and now I'm stuck. Oh my god. Oh, now where am I? Oh, Jesus, I'm in a new area. What? I'm on fire! Oh, fucking shit. This is insanity. I have 15% health. 15 fucking percent. What? How's it fair? There's no enemy in the room and I'm literally on fire. How do I kill this fucking guy? Oh, fucking god. What? What the fuck? The fuck is way too much fucking health. Way too much health. Look at that. 1%. Oh, fuck your mother. Oh, fucking percent. We have GBs completely. Are you kidding me? They followed me all the fucking way down the hallway. Oh no. That was the incorrect teleport. Scram. Oh. Hey, I got him. Yup. I did get him. Okay. What?
Next month.
Man.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, the chat is gone. No. Oh no.
All right.
Oh no.
This
Here they
is. Oh my god. I figured out the room and I have 32 health left. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Here we go, right?
And we're
Where's
getting
Jasper
ready
Kitty?
right now.
Not here. He must be downstairs sleeping. He didn't follow me upstairs when I was
Give us
getting
some
set up
time,
for work
yo.
and everything. He didn't follow me.
Give us just a little more time.
What is this?
Our love will surely grow.
That's it. Okay. Beating. Nirvana. That was stage 21.
All right.
Good lord.
Let me see. He's about to show up now.
The Catacombs. This
Yeah,
sounds
holy
great.
moly,
All
man.
right, we're gonna do save
We'll see.
again.
Can you maybe
I'm
just
gonna do
like
some of the
meh.
stage, but I'm not gonna.
Oh,
here we are.
This tonight.
Really?
Here we are. Game
Here's
some
the
people.
I've only got about another 15
raiding
minutes
right
left
now.
on stream. If
Yeah,
that,
look
let's
at
see.
Can hype up.
15
Notice
minutes left
us.
on the stream. So I'll play for about another 10 minutes. Thank you guys, everyone who contributed tonight. I appreciate
Leaving.
that.
Leaving.
And let's continue.
Come on, man, don't you know Darkstaphil's got the strictest sketty in gaming? If he puts in a single goddamn second of overtime, Cat's gonna beat the shit out of him.
Oh no, let's continue.
Oh, okay, good.
Did it go through?
Yeah, it went through.
Oh, maybe he doesn't have a radio notification.
Yeah, he doesn't see us. He doesn't see us.
He might not even.
Totally fair.
I'm not gonna get too far into it. All I'm gonna say is nail biter.
Get this fool's attention.
Yeah. Show him the toasty goodness, guys. Come on.
Totally fair.
Because there's two things he's focused on right now. The game, dude! And his little contribution leaderboard.
He don't see.
He doesn't see nothing. He doesn't see
Yeah, his
nothing.
notification's not on. So. All right.
All right. Well.
I think he's watching something.
You think he's watching the game?
Yeah, watching the game. They pay attention to his chat. 400 plus people. You're welcome.
14% held. Not good. Not good.
Of course.
Of
Not
course.
good that you're not looking.
God damn it.
He looked right over there too.
I instantly died.
All right. All right, everybody. We are out of here. All right. Thank you guys very much. It's been a lot of fun, but now we must bid you adieu.
No, that really wasn't that fun, dude. Just kind of proved how shitty of a streamer DSP is. He's so fucking inept that I didn't notice the giant boost to his numbers. Only focused on the game, which you really don't want to do as a streamer. You want to balance it out between your game and your chat. You definitely don't want to be doing what DSP's doing. I know that one for sure.
They fucked me again, left and right, and my ass is so fucking stretched out at this point, it's time to push back. It's disrespectful to flood someone else's stream and have everything you talk about is another person.
I don't know what to fucking tell you, Dark. Be more interesting. That may get people to talk about you, but right now, you're more boring than watching a freshly painted house dry.
Oh, this, all that. Like, it's this weirdo Lolcow culture. Alright, Lolcow, however the fuck you say it. It's a weirdo culture.
It's not too weird. There's worse stuff on the internet to be into, and besides, everyone loves a good dumpster fire.
It's a bunch of fucking no-life idiots who fucking get into this culture. Who your life fucking sucks shit. So what you gotta do is find someone who you think that their life sucks too, so that you can make fun of them constantly so you feel better about yourself. It's fucking sick.
So according to Darks to Phil, Schadenfreude is fucking sick. I reckon that little office of yours, Phil, has warped your perspective pretty badly, dude. Because there's some really sick shit out there, Dark, and it's not a bunch of trolls sitting on the internet making fun of your dumbass.
If you follow people around just to make fun of them constantly and you call them a lolcow, you're a sick fuck.
No, that's fucking stupid. If you like making fun of internet spurgs, that doesn't make you a sick fuck. Now Pol Pot, leader of the Khmer Rouge, on the other hand, now that's a sick fuck.
You're actually fucked in the head, alright? It's not normal behavior.
And spending a good majority of your adult life begging for money while playing video games is normal?
You should be looking for constructive things in your own life.
I mean, this shit's pretty fucking constructive. Helps pass the time between shifts. And in case you forgot what a shift is, Dark, it's the time you're supposed to go in and work. You remember working, right? That was like almost 11 fucking years ago now.
Not to bring down other people constantly. And that's all that the culture is. It's disgusting. It's the essence of fucking immaturity and just disgusting, lowest level human behavior.
Get fucking real, Dark. You know, I know, everyone else fucking knows that there are worse things in the world than your little troll community poking fun at you. Get a fucking grip, dude.
That shit. And you gotta cut the fuck out. Cause that's all it is. People, I'm so infatuated. Lolcow. I gotta come to a stream and talk about it. Blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up.
I don't know who fucking acts like that. Must be another one of DSP's imaginary friends. Or maybe he's finally developing a sort of schizophrenia from all the stress from the streaming and the bankruptcy. But that's just another shitlord's game theory, and the ranting about internet loser culture did not stop there.
No one cares about your stupid shit. You and your little circle-jerking community of idiots
You're sounding a little salty about the lads there, bud.
who think that you're so cool because you talk about these fucking people and obsess over them, and you hound them and you harass them and you make that the entirety of your existence.
I don't make it my entire existence. And I know other detractors don't make it their existence. So who the hell are you talking about, Phil? Are you just making up more imaginary people?
You're the fucking loser, not the person you're making as pathetic and as low as the person you're making fun of.
Hold the fucking phone, boys. Did Darkside Phil just call himself pathetic?
Nice.
If you, is that's the be-all end-all of your existence, you're actually lower than them. Understand that. You are lower than them. You are a lower form of life than the Lolcow that you profess to make fun of because you made your whole life about obsessing about that person like an idiot. So, congratulations, you're lower than the person who you think is the lowest of the low. And you don't even realize it because you're so ignorant and stupid in your own fucking head, you don't have a life of your own. All you do is harass the fucking person.
Allow me to offer a little bit of perspective, boys. This is all coming from one of the biggest lolcows in gaming, with a fucking hub on the Kiwi farms, and is also often compared to Chris Chan.
Really makes you think.
It's true. It's absolutely true. It's really fucking dumb. There's just too many dumb fucking people on the planet at this point.
And what do you suggest, Dave? A fucking culling?
Really, they just are. The problem is that there's so many people, there's only a limited amount of resources on the planet.
Wait a fucking second. How did we get from lolcow bitching to a weird conversation about population and resources? Why did bitch face Brunel get replaced with big brain Brunel? Oh no.
And there's so many people on the planet who sadly don't feel like they have meaningful lives.
So they make fun of the biggest fucking loser on the internet. Okay.
So they have to latch on to others, whether for positive
Or for negative, but like it or not, Phil, your public persona has turned into a fucking trash fire, and people love watching a good trash fire. Especially when the trash fire magically finds more gasoline to pour on itself.
I'm actually having fun tonight and having a good time. I hope you guys are too.
I don't think anybody's having a good time, Phil. Especially when they have to look at a guy who looks like a knockoff of Droopy the fucking dog complain about how hard it is being the biggest lolcow in gaming.
What I honestly think is I struck a nerve with certain people now. Oh, look, Phil's saying and doing, he's raging. No, I'm not raging. I'm actually telling you like it is.
So you crying about how lolcow culture is evil is you telling it like it is? That is one warped mindset you're rocking, Dark.
And you're probably thinking in your head, you're realizing that you're a loser because you're a Lolcow fanatic, and now you feel like a fucking idiot.
I don't know, Dark. It's kind of hard to look like a fucking idiot compared to you.
So now you're gonna act like I'm the one that lost control tonight, when in reality is you realizing how dumb you actually are.
No, when you usually lose control, it's because of some troll shit. Or that's what you usually blame everything on.
You know? So, if you're not a Lolcow fanatic, great. You know? Good for you. But for the idiots who come to my stream and want to hound about another fucking streamer and just be a disgusting, toxic person all the time, I mean, sorry about your moment of self-realization and you feel like a complete worthless tool now, but it's kind of true.
That's not true, Dark. Nobody's fucking worthless. Even you have some value as a teaching tool on how not to be a decent human being or a streamer or an entertainer or just an overall man. You're like the perfect template of what not to do.
Now you're getting baited. No, I'm just being honest.
Okay, two things. One, you're DSP. You have a pretty shit track record for being honest. And you are upset while playing Minecraft. You got baited, bud.
And you're just being fucking overly sensitive.
Coming from Mr. Hugbox himself with all of his banned words and ban happy mods. Shit, banning is so common on the dark side of the internet, there's a fucking emo and meme surrounding it.
NANI?
Because you think that it's like a big... So now, people will take clips of this stream. Look at what Phil said about lolcows and people who watch lolcows. Haha. No, actually listen to it, what I'm saying, and look at your fucking mirror and realize what a loser you are.
Take your own fucking advice, Phil.
I mean it. Like, look at what a loser you fucking are. You spend all your time on this shit.
At least it's slightly better than begging for money from kids and strangers on the internet.
Grow up. Wait, make this be a wake-up call to you. Don't instead turn it into another clip that I can put, another video I can put on YouTube and make money. Look in the fucking mirror at yourself and look at the fucking disgusting waste of life you are, and go do something productive with your life instead of being a shithead.
Very classy, calling people wastes of life. Also, this is just a hobby and I'm making no money off this. And I got bigger fish to fry than your dumb ass. I just play and laugh.
It's weird how people kind of get almost indoctrinated into the Detractor community who have been fans of mine over the years. It's weird because it has nothing to do with me. I didn't do anything.
No, dude, it's because of the things you've said and done that turn your fans against you. It's not some weird indoctrination tactic. DSP should just stop comparing the Detractor, the Lolcow communities to cults, because he should be smart enough to know that cults actually do some real fucking harm in the world. And when he tries to compare those horrors to just people on the internet making fun of him, it shows how warped and delusional his views are.
Meow. This doesn't even make sense. Listen to this. So this slob on me not to be another dollar says, Having the sub goal is one thing you do to have your viewers involved doesn't only benefit you. Think about it. Let's try it again. Having the sub goal is the one thing you do to have your viewers involved that doesn't only benefit you. So what you're saying is there's a celebratory goal at the end of it, right?
That's a pretty lame way to put it.
Well, guess what? If I can't file my taxes, I can't pay my taxes, I go to jail.
Oh, could you boys imagine DSP going to jail for realsies? I need you guys to tip me so I can get some food at the commissary. You guys know what happened to me today? I was in the shower and I dropped the soap and Bubba came up behind me and I don't want to say because I don't want to violate my Twitch rules. God fucking damn it, I tried to stab this guy, but my shiv didn't work. Bugged shanking mechanics, dude. Now that shit would be fucking funny.
And I can't stream. So if you don't see the benefit of avoiding that, again, I can't help you, you're an idiot.
So if you don't want to keep the world's laziest streamer afloat, you're a fucking idiot. DSP logic in a fucking nutshell, boys.
If you're that dumb, I can't help you. I mean, really, if you're really that fucking brain dead stupid. I love doing celebratory goals. I love doing rewards.
Your little retrospectives where you make goo-goo eyes at John Rambo from 10 years ago don't count as rewards, Dark. Do something the people actually want to fucking see. A playthrough they want. Do a DSP tries it. Something with fucking effort.
But I'm in a situation right now where life has jumped into the situation and said, sorry, you need to do something different than usual because this is coming up.
Oh, come the fuck on, Phil. That's like your second most used excuse before trolls. You always sit there and cry and say life got in the way. Spoiler alert, Dark. Life's been getting in the way for fucking years. You cried about it then, you'll cry about it now, you'll cry about it next year.
So either I handle it or I don't. If I ignore it and I go to jail for not paying my taxes, I can't stream, dumbass. So how about you grow the fuck up and grow a brain?
This is the internet, Phil. If you go away, there'll be 10, if not 20 more people to fucking replace you. The pay piggy's money's gotta go somewhere, and if it's not going to you, then it's probably gonna go to some thought.
You are a dumbass. My God, people are stupid. Oh.
I mean, you're the one banking on a shitty Let's Play of Mass Effect 2 to save you. That's pretty fucking stupid, Phil. Main takeaway from the clip, DSP has started crying about going to jail. This is both hilarious and sad. Hilarious because DSP in a jail environment, and sad because it's just another thing a 37-year-old man can cry about.
In fact, I gotta make another tax payment to the state this month, somehow between now and the end of the month. But I need to prepay this guy, and I don't have the money for it.
Oh no, what else is fucking new, DSP?
So, this special event, very matter-of-factly, is to raise the money to pay this guy so he'll do my taxes, okay? If I can't pay him and he can't do my taxes, I'm screwed. If I don't file my taxes, I'm in monstrous trouble with the government. You know, it's one thing if you can't pay your taxes and they roll them into a payment plan or whatever. I mean, worst-case scenario, they put a lien on your house. But if you don't file, now you're really fucked. Now you're going to jail, basically. And I can't do that.
Why the fuck not, Dark? You can go to jail. You're not above the law.
So, I basically need to raise these funds via this special marathon at the end of the month. Tips. You know, it has to be tips because it has to be funds that I can use right away to pay this guy. So, that's why I'm doing this special event. I hope you guys will join and contribute if you can.
Ah, fuck. This seems pretty make or break, Dark. You may want to put in a little bit of effort into this, bud. You know, make this shit fucking count. Actually try.
Financially, I'm in ruin, basically, and I had to file for bankruptcy. So because of that, when you file for bankruptcy, basically people want to make sure they get paid. So this guy's saying, I'll do your taxes, but you got to pay me up front.
Which makes sense, Dark. He wants to be paid for his services. That's how the business world works, Dark. You get paid for products and services. I know you're used to getting handed money for literally fucking nothing, but that is not how the world works.
Now, he's never done that before. I didn't know that was going to happen. I didn't have the money. I don't have the money. You know, this month I've actually been paying other things that I need to pay. And that's, you know, utilities, internet bill, you know, cell phone bill. I just paid some federal taxes, actually, because I was advised to start paying federal taxes for this year. So I did. I made a little payment there.
It would have been helpful if you started paying your taxes years ago, Phil.
I got another payment for state tax I need to make this month. And then by the end of the month, I need to somehow raise enough money to pay this guy so he'll do my taxes for me. If I don't do this, I'm in very, very dire straits. If you don't file your taxes, you could go to jail. All right, I don't want to go to jail.
He's really pushing this jail angle, boys, pretty hard. Do you think he's mentally preparing before he goes in? Do you think he's gonna get jacked before going in? Like that fucking Will Ferrell movie, Get Hard?
But I need to be able to afford to file my taxes. So that's why I'm doing this special event on the 28th of February, where I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 1 and Fortnite, and I don't know if it'll be anything else, but those are the 2 definite ones that are a lock, okay?
Darkside Phil is relying on Metal Gear Solid and fucking Fortnite to keep his piggy ass out of jail.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready? Ready!
I'm hoping to raise enough tips to pay my tax guy so he can do my taxes for me. All right, so it's a very special fundraising event. I hope you can tune in if you will. If you will tune in, please consider contributing on that day via tipping. It is very important to me. Okay.
Unfucking believable. Do you boys remember Save the House? Now it's just pay the tax guy. Even your begging has gotten worse, Phil. I don't know if that's an achievement or not, but it's definitely a thing. Could you boys imagine relying on a small legion of man babies in wheelchairs to keep you out of jail? Well, we'll just have to see if he raises the money. I think he will. I think a bunch of pay piggies and whales are gonna step the fuck up. Planet Jeff is gonna find a new wife that ends up mysteriously dead with a fresh life insurance policy. All the social security checks are just gonna flow to Phil. Point is, he's gonna make the money and he's not gonna go to jail. And if he does go to jail, then don't fight about which bunk you want and don't drop the soap. That's my advice.
Suckers born every minute, man.
Oakley dokley, boys. I got a couple more things, then we're gonna call it a shit post.
God damn it. Chink Derek? I don't know what that means. Chink? Stupid.
No, Phil, you're being stupid. Because as someone who is an aficionado of being an asshole to Asian people...
In China, they say, rashness brings success to few.
In China, they say, Chiggy Chang Wang Charlie Chan Chicka Chaka Choka Cha. Shut the fuck up. I don't care what they say in China.
I'd reckon you would know what a chink is.
Blah blah blah, you cannot speak any English, you stupid chink.
Oh wow, what a fucking shocker. Darks to Phil knew what chink meant. Now let me force segue into something else.
Okay. Chunky Jack did 100-bit cheers. Do you smoke? I do not. I know I have throat problems. And the reason I have throat problems, a couple of reasons. Number one...
oh, is it because you don't take care of yourself?
My mom smoked.
Aw, Dark, don't blame your ma. That's not good. That makes you look like a fucking asshole, Dark, especially when she gave you some tax money during your wedding.
And I lived with my mom, obviously, for quite a long period of time. So I got secondhand smoke in my lungs until all the way through I moved out from there, which was like the mid-2000s. You know, that's over 20 years of my life I was in the middle of cigarette smoke.
Yeah, secondhand does damage, but it doesn't do that much, you hyperbolic bitch. You could have always gone outside, cracked a window, turned a fan on, fucking anything, Phil. It would also help if you took care of your body, just saying.
I have weak lungs, I can definitely tell you that.
You have weak everything. You're Phil Burnell, one of the world's weakest men.
Like, if I'm outside and it's very cold and a cold winter breeze comes through, all of a sudden if that cold air hits my lungs, I can't breathe at all. I completely lose the ability to breathe. I become completely short of breath and have issues.
If a little winter breeze can kill you, then why the fuck do you live in the north?
That's just a problem that I have, you know, genetically. Probably because my mom was a smoker. She smoked the entire time she was pregnant, and then she smoked, 20 plus years that I lived in that house. So my lungs are screwed up. I know that for a fact.
Wow, Phil, way to throw your mom under the bus. Moral of the story, it is your fucking body, Dark. It is up to you to take care of it. Second moral of the story, be nicer to your fucking mom. People who are shit to their moms are pieces of shit. Next.
I wouldn't write one of these fucking fluff-ass dumb shit books from some of these YouTubers who think that they're hot shit, and because they've got a bunch of million idiots who follow them on YouTube and watch their garbage, that they fucking put out a fluff-ass book that's a piece of shit.
Oh, like you could write a better fucking book. And there's some pretty half-decent books written by YouTubers out there. I know I've said my piece on Mumkey Jones, but The Triflers is pretty good.
and doesn't help anyone, and then they make a bunch of money making a piece of garbage, all right? I'm not going to make a book that you sit there and you rip the pages out and wipe your ass with.
You know what though? If Phil wrote a book explaining everything from his point of view, I reckon some people would buy it. Can't do one of these without a lame ass 37-year-old bitch tweet. In light of insanity, overly, ludicrously, unbehaviorally strict guidelines on streaming/uploading Persona 5 Scramble laid out today by Atlas, I will not be playing the game in my life. Don't even ask. Okay, so DSP is trying to be as big-brained as possible on Twitter, and he's skipping out on a game that his audience will probably want him to play. Because a lot of people like Persona 5. Fuck, I like Persona 5. I'm not sold on Scrambled, but I may pick up the Royal Edition because I'm slowly turning into a weeb who hates himself. But for how long, Phil? Who knows, maybe Kat might plan on leaving. She might take the cat with her. Kat may take the cat, dude.
In the present, in the now. With my personal life, I'm married, I'm happy, I have a cat, you know, a family. I am way happier today than I was back then.
Back when you lived near your actual family and you sorta had friends, and you were with somebody who actually had a personality. Yeah, those days fucking sucked, Phil. You seem so much happier as you're stressed out every stream begging for money. You're in fucking paradise, dude. And that is where I'm gonna call it a shitpost. Thank you again so much for watching. If you want to make fun of me via the interwebs, you can do it on my Twitter @BasedOslo. Thank you so much again for watching, boys. Be safe and make good choices.